Good day, Deep in Word family. Welcome to day 287 of our Bible study review. Today we're continuing in 2 Chronicles with the chapters 16 through 19. And yes, today's message is pre-recorded, so please enjoy the message. So where did we leave off yesterday? Chapter 15, we see that King Asa, right, of the southern kingdom of Judah, that, he cried out to the Heavenly Father that his dependency was totally upon him. And then one chapter later, we see that he runs into some more difficulty, right? Some more opposition. And then this is not his default setting anymore, right? Asa then goes and trusts in a political alliance that he has, with someone outside of Israel, someone in Syria, right? And so, yes, the king Baasha of the northern kingdom builds a wall so that no one can go up to the northern kingdom and no one from the northern kingdom can come down, right? These two, the kingdom, right, is separated. King Baasha of the northern kingdom, the 10 tribes, right, of Israel, does not want the kingdom to be reunited. He does not want the 10 northern tribes to go down to Jerusalem to sacrifice and to worship where the Father says he wants to be worshiped. And so we see that there's this strong pride about never reuniting the kingdom ever again. And I want you to see that this is the pride of the world. That even though the enemy knows the truth, the enemy knows that at the end, Messiah is coming, he's bringing his kingdom, that Messiah has already won. He knows it. But yet, people are still fighting, and under the kingdom of darkness to bring more people into deception and to keep us from our true inheritance. That is what King Baasha looked like, because he built a wall and he wasn't allowing the citizens to go down and worship where the Father wants to be worshiped. So King Asa of the southern kingdom of Judah feels this pressure, and instead of relying on the Father like he did in the last chapter, he relies in silver and gold. He relies in a covenant that he has with man instead of the covenant that he has with Elohim. So what does he do? He sends gold and silver to King Ben-Hadad of Syria. And he says, I have a covenant with you. And he goes, I'm sending gold and silver your way. He goes, break your covenant with the kingdom of the north and tear down this wall for me. He could have easily just prayed to the Father for a solution, and the Father would have given him a superior plan. But he didn't. He trusted in silver and gold, and he trusted in his alliance that he had with another man. And the Father does not take that lightly. He wants your full and total dependence. Now, all of us fall short of this almost every single day. We get into our routines, and sometimes those routines do not include him, right? Or sometimes we'll do things in deed, but we won't do it in spirit. I mean, we are humans. We get stuck in routines, and then we take a comfort in something that maybe the Father has done in the past. And we're relying on the same thing, as if the Father isn't doing something new every single day. So he wants us to trust in him no matter what it is. I understand that this is difficult, and I myself fall short in this category. And if you say that you don't fall short in this, you are a liar. In this case, it seems like King Asa literally just had amnesia. All of a sudden, he forgot that the Father delivered him, one chapter back? And so he's faced with a little opposition again, and he forgets. He forgets. The children of Israel are notorious for this. The children of Elohim, the children of God, yes, you and I are notorious for this, that God will deliver us, and then we face a little bit of pressure, and we forget what he has done, as if he can't deliver us again and again, and do it better and bigger each time. All right? And so I want you to see that although King Asa was successful in the tearing down of this wall, and there being no barriers between the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, he fell ill, he fell sick. And it says that after this, he fell into a pattern of dependency on other things. It says that he constantly sought physicians. He never sought the Father for his healing. And because of that, he died. Now we're in chapter 17, and King Asa is dead, and now his son Jehoshaphat is the king of the southern kingdom of Judah. And it says that he is recorded as a good king, that he removes the Asherah poles and he removes the high places. The high places, y'all, were like underneath these trees. They would carve out places where they can burn incense to foreign gods. And he removed every last one of them. And he removed the Asherah poles. And he also made moves to get the Levites together to read from the book of the law and to interpret for the people, to help the people understand the law of the land, the law of Elohim, right? Think of the land as the Father's house, and these are his rules. And so he's making sure that the people understand the rules of the house. And it says that because of this, the Father sent terror among the other nations. They did not want war, so they all brought tribute to the king. They brought him silver and gold, and they were like, okay, no war here. They were like, we don't want no war with you. We see that the law of your land and the God of your land is mighty. We don't want no war. We don't want no trouble. So here's some silver, here's some gold. Let's make a peace treaty, basically. That's basically what happens when you're in covenant with the Father and you're true to him and you teach the people around you to be true as well. And so now we're moving into chapter 18, and we see that it shifts towards King Ahab of the northern kingdom, right? Samaria is their capital. Do you remember who King Ahab is? Ahab and Jezebel. Oh yeah, that's who we're talking about right now. So Ahab is now seeking to, build the strength of his army with King Jehoshaphat to go up and make war against Ramoth Gilead. And so King Jehoshaphat of the southern kingdom says, I'll come up with you, but he wants to hear from the prophets first if they should go up and go make war together. So King Ahab of the northern kingdom brings his prophets, 400 prophets, to prophesy and make King Jehoshaphat feel more comfortable about this decision. They all prophesy falsely. Okay, King Ahab is known for his false prophets. And so King Jehoshaphat, he goes, okay, they're all prophesying great things. And he's like, I just want a second opinion. Do you have any other prophets? And so King Ahab, he's like, there is one more prophet. He goes, but I hate what he prophesies. He never prophesies anything good. King Ahab, a lot of people don't want to hear the truth. They don't want the truth. They just want people to tickle their ears so that they can feel good about their sin, feel good about what they're doing in their flesh. So anyways, King Ahab, he allows for this prophet to come, Micaiah, and Micaiah says, oh yeah, sarcastically, if you go up, all is well. And King Ahab recognizes, and King Ahab, he's like, how many times must I tell you, speak the truth? And Micaiah was like, every time I tell you the truth, you reject it. He goes, nonetheless, here you go. You want the truth? Here it is. He's like, if you go up, you'll be utterly destroyed. You will die. He tells that to King Ahab. He goes, if you go up, he goes, I see the children of Israel scattered on top of the mountains, scared for their life. He goes, if you go up, he goes, you won't come back down. And so King Ahab was like, see, I told you, he never prophesies anything good. And so King Ahab puts Micaiah, the true prophet, away. He imprisons him for telling the truth. And he was like, give him a small portion of food until I come back. He goes, and if you come back, he goes, truly, I have not heard from the Lord. And so they go up together, King Jehoshaphat and King Ahab, they go up together to make war against Ramoth Gilead. And guess what? King Ahab is struck. King Ahab dies. So after this war, King Jehoshaphat goes back down to Jerusalem. And then there's a prophet who comes and confronts him. He goes, why do you make alliances with those who hate God, those who hate our Elohim? King Ahab was known for the 400 false prophets of Baal, of going against the true prophets of God, for allowing his wife to call the shots, Jezebel to call the shots, and to kill the prophets of Elohim. He's known for doing evil, yet King Jehoshaphat made agreement with him to go up and make war with him. So this prophet comes before him and confronts him, and he is moved by this. So King Jehoshaphat does something to make up for the decision that he just made. And so now it says that he makes these great reforms. He tears down all the Asherah poles. He calls the priests to come together, and he makes sure, again, that everybody understands the law of the land. He sets up judges, and he says, we do not judge according to what we see and how we feel. We judge according to the word of Elohim. And so he sets up judges in the land so that they are rightly dividing the word and making just judgments, executing his righteous judgments in the land, because he recognizes that he just had a misstep. He did not make a right decision. So he is trying to make good on the bad decision that he just made. And he steps up, he humbles himself, and he puts things in proper place. And so that's how chapter 19 ends. So my question to you is, have you discovered that you still have some standing idols? Is there anything that you trust, or is there anyone that you trust more than you trust him? Because if so, that's an idol, and you have to tear it down. And once you learn the truth, what are you doing? What are you doing to make up for it? What are you doing to show him that you want to do a different work after coming to salvation? You actually want to be the priesthood. You want to get your hands in the dirt and get dirty, right? You want to be a part of this kingdom and bringing souls in so that they could also partake in this priesthood, this everlasting priesthood, right? Have you shown him by your works that that's what you want? Because faith without works is dead. Abraham, yes, he was the father of faith, but he showed his belief in his actions. And if you are true spiritual children of Abraham, you would do the same. Deep Inward family, that's all that I have for you today. Until tomorrow, Yah bless.